Hello, bookies and tubies. I'm coming at you at 2:22 in the morning, Los Angeles time. I wanted to get this video out there because I know this is kind of getting repetitive, and I don't mean to, but I also want to make sure I have my butt covered if I ever need these videos to take this butthole landlord to court. He's supposed to come back in tomorrow. I've been working on the room. My friend is going to buy me a bookshelf. I believe this weekend when she gets paid, and then I should have it by midweek to maybe the end of next week, you know, something like that. So about another week, and I'll have these books up off the floor, thankfully. And I wanted to do a panoramic view because the last video I did, my whole area over here was cluttered with junk. And I've been working on eliminating that. The books are, you know, like I said, they're my books. They're my religious books. So I'm getting a bookshelf for those. And I've tried to eliminate everything I can off the floor. I still got a few pieces I need to put in place. But overall, this is looking much better. I'll show you in the camera here, if it'll cooperate with me. Okay. There's the altar area with the books. And like I said, I'm going to be getting a bookshelf for that. You know, those books up off the floor. Because I know that is a lot of books. And if you have, you know, a bug problem, it could keep them around for a little bit. Okay? Still a few odds and ends on my bed. Over there's some food. And there's some odds and ends over there behind my bed area, which is for this, you know, next to the space heater. But, I figure he'll just come to the door, so I'm not really worried about him seeing that part of it. And, you know, I am making an effort to clean it, so. Where's my microwave and my fridge area? Now here comes the corner that was filled with clutter. As you see, I've only got a few pieces that need to be picked up. Floor swept and mopped. I'm going to use some bleach and some, you know, whatever amount of water you have to mix it with. Oh. But yeah, a friend of mine took me to the laundromat today, so I got all my clothes done. And that's, you know, basically what that area was, a few odds and ends and stuff, and I'm, you know, I'm pretty much done except the bookshelf. That's pretty much it. But I found out when I got home that they're saying Meals on Wheels cannot come in here and deliver to the handicapped people. That is a violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act, I'm quite sure. You cannot deny people their food when they can hardly get out the way it is. And sometimes that's the only meal some of these people get. So they're denying them the nutrition that they need, which is a violation of the law. So even if I can talk him into waiting with me to get the bookshelf, there's still some issues that need to be addressed here, you know. Like I said, I'm going to fight this all the way because my books, if he does take me to court, I'll say, Your Honor, here's my rent receipts. I've been on time. I've never missed, you know, a payment. You know, and I will have him to pull out my rent record. I'll say, pull out my rent record. Show from the time I've been here till the time I've been here about 3 years this past April. So 3 years and about 3 months, and I've never been behind on my rent. I've always paid on time. It's a small room. Yes, I have some books. They're my religious books, and I got a bookshelf for them coming to me. So even if this guy takes me to court, I'm going to say, you know, yes, it's a small room. It's about the size of a jail cell. We got a bed, a dresser, and, you know, things like that. So by the time you get done, there's not a whole lot of room left, you know. And yes, I have a lot of books. But those are my religious books. They're books I read on a daily basis. I went through tonight, and I've got about 10 books that I'm throwing away, 10 or 15 books. That was over there in that pile of junk over there, you know. So I am eliminating, you know. I'm not trying to purposely be what he calls a hoarder, you know. But if you have a small room, yes, you have some clutter. Like 90% of the building has this issue. It's a small room, you know. But what they want is you just have the bed, the dresser, and maybe a TV or a little radio or something. They don't want you to read. God forbid you do that. You know? But it's like, that's what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you that I am cleaning this up. I am working on it. And I've, pretty much got it down to just a little bit more. Like I said, the books. I'm getting a bookshelf. I have disabilities. That's the best I can do. And when I get it, the books will come up off the floor. That's the only thing left. Otherwise I've cooperated. He's saying that makeshift bathroom. I'm like, prove that. Prove that I got a bathroom in here, because I don't. I don't have no makeshift toilet. And if I had a handicapped toilet, he'd have to allow me that. So, but he's saying we broke, I don't know, he's saying the lease. We didn't really have a lease. What we have is a sort of, you pay this much a month, and for that amount of time you agree to these terms. What's basic stuff, like no loud TV, no fist fights, no stuff like that, just common sense rules. The rule that he's trying to blow out of proportion, and it does not say that you can't have clutter. It says you will take out trash on a regular basis. Well, hoarding doesn't necessarily mean trash. Hoarding means, okay, like me, I got a lot of books. I'm not doing, it's my religious books. I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm not, I try to keep the room clean. Like I said, yes, that corner over there for a few, was bad because I needed to go through and sort it. And then I had to take the clothes to the laundry, and I cleaned out my drawers, and I put the clothes in there, So they're up off the floor, So it just leaves this right here. And like I said, a little bit over there, but he's probably not going to see that unless he comes all the way in. I doubt it. Like I said, I'm going to get up about 7:30, do a few more odds and ends I still need to do, and sweep and mop it with some bleach, and make sure he smells that, and burn some incense, and, there you go. The room's not smelling. There's no makeshift toilet. I complied with what you gave me. I've decluttered. I've still got some books. Yes, I'm getting a bookshelf. But other than that, I've not, I complied. I'm not, I'm not trying to friggin', that's crazy. And like I said, I still say part of it is my religious beliefs, because they made the comment, like I said in the video before, that I walked by and the security guard was talking to this particular guy, and the guy said, "You mean her?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, okay, what else would you be talking about with me? Yeah, I guess they could be talking about my weight, but that's still discrimination. So it's like, there's only a few things they could have been talking about. So it's like, it's discrimination either way. And like I said, the fact that they're saying, oh, you can't have Meals on Wheels delivered to you, that's a violation of a disability thing. I'm writing up a letter, but I don't know if I'm going to have time, because by the time I get up, and after you do the few odds and ends, they'll be coming around, or I'll be downstairs at the meeting, I've been trying to talk to him the last few days. Every time I see him, he looks like a freaking bulldog. He's got that look like, got that bottom lip. So it's like, I haven't even bothered yet. But I do want to tell him, I do have a bookshelf coming. That's the only thing left. I've complied with everything else. I threw stuff away. I've probably threw away a good 3 or 4 garbage bags full now. And then the trash gun's filled down there again. I think they're probably taking that out like once every 2 or 3 days. They fired the maid service. They've told people they can't park their bicycles out back anymore. And yet they don't want you hoarding, so if you keep your bike in your room, that's hoarding. I can understand loud TV, loud music to a certain point, but at the same time, It's like they're being an asshole about it. They're trying to say excessive profanity disturbs the well-being of your neighbors. Like our neighbors haven't cussed or heard somebody cussing before. And there's no children here. These are all grown men and the few women that are here. You know, so I'm pretty sure that we've either heard cussing or cuss ourselves. So yeah, they're saying that. They're saying no tolerance for medical marijuana even. And a lot of us have freaking chronic pain. You know, and they're saying that. And then they're like, they have all these rules. I mean, it's no smoking. That was the other thing. You can't smoke cigarettes. I wonder what they're going to tell people who have oxygen tanks and stuff. Yeah, it's just crazy. No, they're not trying to better this place. What they're trying to do is get rid of what they would consider skid row trash. You know, they want to come down here. These wealthy corporations want to come down and tear everything down and rebuild, and they can't do that as long as the people are down here fighting them off and saying this is our area, it's the only area we have. Which is true. This is our home, man. This is all we can afford. It may not be the best, but it keeps us, you know, keeps a roof over our heads. So, I mean, it's like I told my neighbor, I said, I could survive on the streets again. It's not the problem of surviving. It's not wanting to survive on the streets again. I can't do it. I have heart, lung, and blood pressure problems. I have a back that locks up. I would be a mess. You know, sleeping on a ground and everything. Even if I got like a swimming pool float device or an air mattress or something, still freaking, you know, freaking when it rains and stuff, it's like, no. And then I'd have to put everything in freaking storage again. It's like crazy. I don't want to have to. There's a Ross down here, but I mean, it's on one of the worst streets here, which is San Julian. You know, that's where all the drug dealings and stuff go down. And when I say drug dealings, I mean, you know, I don't mean marijuana. I mean hard drugs. You know, that's where the prostitution happens and all the violence and stuff. And it's like, I just don't want to be on the street if I can avoid it. You know? May not seem like but much around the corner, but it's a main street, so they know that there's cops constantly going by. But anyway, this video is getting long. I just wanted to put out and show that I did clean this area, and everything. And, you know, like I said, it gives me trouble with him today. I'm just going to say, well, I'll see you in court, dude, because I'm not going to do it. You know, I'm going to write up the letter. I'm going to make sure I copy it down for me, too, and make a video about it, you know, read it out loud so I have it on the thing, what I said, because my handwriting is not the best. But, you know, I basically said, this is, you're violating my rights. I do have disabilities. Hoarding is considered a mental illness, people. For those, that's the other thing. For those who don't know, hoarding is a mental illness. If your landlord gets real snotty with you, I'm not saying if you really, really are hoarding, you know. I'm saying if you have, like me, a lot of books or something that you can't part with because they're your reference books. You know, this is the stuff you go through to get information and stuff, so you can't, you know. So if they say that to you, just, you know, say this is a mental illness, you can't kick me out for this alone. You have to prove that, you know. So, yeah, little FYI, they cannot kick you out for that. That's a mental disorder, a disability. They have to give you time to clean it up and even offer to help you clean it up. They try to evict you. Other than that, take it to court and say, I have a mental problem. I'm attached to my stuff, and I can't get rid of it. It's hard. I'm depressed, and I can't get rid of it because it means too much to me. Say whatever you need to do with these jackasses. You know? But, yeah, let me get this out. Talk to you later, bookies and coobies.